this is Mankato from California, and you're watching Project Sploosh.
Floor seats for the Knicks. Couple models blowing kids. They don't even.
So for today's video, it's gonna be something a little bit different. I'm gonna start going through my editing process in some films that I'm starting to work on. As some of you guys know, I'm trying to up my production film as much as possible. I'm trying to learn new things daily. I'm starting to watch a lot of tutorials on YouTube, whether that's just like Final Cut, Adobe, or After Effects. I'm trying to get more into Adobe and After Effects, but that's gonna have to come a little later. I'm still watching some tutorials on how to get better and how to learn, like basically just like the beginning steps of those, I guess. For more for After Effects. I know how to go through Adobe with my computer. That thing is just sad when I run it. So we kind of stay clear of Adobe for a little bit. So today I'm gonna run you guys through my timeline on Final Cut for a short little film I made for my friends over at Strictly BBall. If you guys don't know who that is, first link in the top of the description. Go show them some love. But anyway, here's one of my first intro videos that I've ever made for somebody or a client or whatever. Here it is. Here's the first one. Let's go check it out.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what are you doing right now? I'm super bored.
Nothing really.
You trying to go to the park?
Yeah, I can leave in 5.
Alright, bet.
You're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.
So these are a couple of the boys, and they've been going crazy on TikTok. Basically just a basketball TikTok channel that they run. They sent me over to the page and told me they're close to hitting 100K and that they wanted to start a YouTube channel. They came over to me to tell me that they needed some help filming an intro video for the YouTube channel. So at first I was like, okay, this is something really different. I don't know if I can do it, but let's try it anyway. Like 5 minutes before they gave me the phone call, I was literally like binge watching my boy's Instagram page. In this video, along with a lot of other videos that I've seen from a lot of creators, he started off the story pushing into the world and dropping down onto the actual location. So I took a little bit of inspiration from that, but I put it into my own words. So I started off with the conversation, the phone call. I used this little overlay of a newspaper. I don't know why I did this. I just kind of thought it was like fire at the time, so yeah, that's why we used it. Kind of went for the same idea. After the phone call was done, swooped right over. I grabbed another overlay just to kind of make the transition look a little bit more smooth. I think it works out fine, but I wish I chose a different one now that I'm looking back at it. A little hidden secret. I wrote my name right on the little jigsaw puzzle or whatever that's called. Pushing into the world, got the logo pushing in, added some electricity over it, yep. Then we're sliding down. I put a little, I think it was Ryan Nangle's transition. Let's see what it was. Never mind. It was just a fast pan transition. I fast panned down. Of course my computer's gonna be slow now. So I panned down fast from the clouds onto the drone footage that I put onto the court. It wasn't the smoothest, but after a while, I kind of just went with it. I threw some grain over it just because the footage just didn't really turn out the best. So I put some grain over it just to kind of hide it a little bit. And then from there, I put on a little cross dissolve just to kind of make it look a little bit more seamless. Then went towards the handshake, and I just added some animations onto there. I literally just found these online, and I just changed the blending mode. Some of them I use light and some of them I use screen, just depending on which one. I basically just tracked him onto his arm right here. And then right when they finished up the dap up by going down, I added another little spark. I thought that was pretty cool. That was my first time using these animation kind of things. And then from there, I kind of masked him out. Go frame by frame, masked him out, put some feathering on his arm to make it a little bit better. Speed ramped it just to make it go even more seamlessly. And then it cut straight towards their one-on-one playing. And my computer's being slow, so you guys can't really see, but I did all of this handheld, so keep this in mind. They're all handheld, shot on a Sony 10-18, super scratched up lens. I just saw the lens because it's like, it wasn't worth my buys. It was very good for the shoot, but I wish that it wasn't as scratched, and I wish it was in better quality. Maybe we'll come back to the 10 to 18, but that's okay. I put over some moderate motion blur. I just threw that over the clip just to make it feel like I'm more into the position, I'm more playing in the game with them. Added some lens flares over him. I kind of used the lens flare as a transition into this. What I did from here, you guys can't see it. Okay, so I think this is the one we ended up actually using for this clip. As you guys can see, I started up kind of high and panned down. We tried this multiple times and he made it multiple times, but what I wanted it to do was push in on the ball as it was going through the hoop. And my idea towards this was gonna make a cool masking transition, that's something different and something that people aren't gonna know that's coming. So I used that ball falling down. I didn't speed ramp any of this just because it was already going fast, but I zoomed in and that kind of made it feel like it was going a lot faster when it really wasn't. Go frame by frame. As you guys can see, like right here is when it changes. And this is when we put in the new clip. This one I thought was really, really cool. Shout out to Joe for being so patient with me. This was something I was trying to just start again. I did another vertigo effect. Yep. And then he basically reached towards the camera. So it just made it look like the ball literally came from the camera. That's one thing about like the raw clips towards the actual clips in here that makes it so different, is you guys don't actually like see what happens behind the scenes and how these are all made. I think that's just one thing that I wanted to show myself in the future. Like this was my creative mindset into this. The ball fell down, pushed in, spun it, did that, and then from here, this didn't really work out my best, but I just went with it. My computer really hated me on this. So you know when you were little and you were looking through like the skateboard magazines, or maybe even over on Instagram, when you see people have like multiple things in one shot. So for this one, I was moving, the ball was moving, so it was kind of hard for me to track where the ball was gonna go. So this is what it looked like without the balls in the air, which it still looks pretty good. Like it looks like a decent clip. I just wanted to catch like the viewer's attention more. So we threw on some masks, masked the ball out from the first clip, and as you guys can see, the ball is literally poorly matte. I introduced this again into the next scene. I added a lens flare for kind of a transition right here. Not the best, but it works when you're not really looking at it like that. Again, I try to do the masking thing with the people, but I'll show you guys, it's not good. Like, they're not good. I'm gonna get better at this in the future, but for now, this was my best work at what I could have done for that. And then from here, I wanted to make the dunk more aggressive. So I tried to get a lower angle for this, and then what I had in mind was when he's up there dunking, I want to get different angles. I want to stop it, throw in some Instagram cards, make it look like I posted these on Instagram. It's kind of like pictures. So that's what we did right here. We added on a mid dunk, different angle dunk, and then when he dunks it, I added this overlay of some glass breaking, acting like he broke the... Yeah, I don't know. I had my friend Joe pop up on top of the basketball hoop, putting the camera down just to make it feel more aggressive and feel like you're more in the moment, kind of like you're watching an NBA game. And then I added some 3D glass figures or accents or whatever you want to call it into the next clip to kind of make it more seamless, because if I have it without this, it kind of just like it stops abruptly and it just like it doesn't really go with it. So I added some accents. I zoomed in at the end to make it feel like you're really pushing into the next clip. Added some motion blur just to make it again more appealing to your eye. I did the same thing right here. I followed him. I put in some more animations where he like stomped his feet, and then right when he released the ball. And then again, I used a lens flare and I pushed in again and added some motion blur on top for the transition. I added some more of the animations, but this time I used a different one. It was a legs cutout. It just went around his body, and I added in a flare again for the transition. I don't know, I guess I liked it a lot in this. On this one, I also used the vertigo effect. So at the beginning of the clip, he was farther away, so I pushed into 18. And as he was coming closer, I pushed into 10 right when he was running past the camera. I used a lot of fast forwarding and slow motions in all of these clips in order to make these kind of smooth. I'll show you some of my cuts in here. Shout out to Gabe for this idea. Since I started off with the clouds, he had the idea of let's push back into the clouds after the film is already done. This was kind of hard for me to do since at the end of this video, I kind of had the camera panned down, which I should have panned it up if I was thinking before about this idea, but we made it work anyway. I use this distort. This distort basically makes everything kind of melt down with it. So I added a bunch of lens flares for the transition. And then on top of that, I added some, what are those called? Anamorphic lens flares, just to kind of introduce that I'm about to transition to the next one. My computer sounds like it's about to blow up. This is how it is every time I edit. I can only edit one video at a time, so hopefully we can upgrade this bad boy soon. Okay, so it's super glitchy right now. I guess I can't really watch it back, but you guys will be able to watch it back. Basically, I wanted my name to be in the clouds already, so we're zooming past my name. I think that turned out pretty smooth. I threw on some color grades on top Nothing much. My computer at the time of this edit did not let me like put anything else. I kind of threw these on and I never really like looked back on how the color grade actually looked. So it's kind of more of a guessing game. I wish I could have gone through and color graded each of these clips, but due to my computer being like this, I really had no option to. And then all the sounds in this video besides like them talking on the phone were all muted. Everything was muted, and everything that you heard, whether it was the basketball, whether it was wind, whether it was the hoop, or just like them dapping up, it was all sound effects. And I downloaded all these from YouTube. But yeah, that was kind of the rundown for this video. I'm proud of it at this time and moment in my life. But I know future me, you, are gonna look back on this and be like, damn bro, that was kind of ass. There's not really much else I can say. If you guys enjoyed it, you guys can go follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, follow them on YouTube, and follow them on TikTok. All of the links for all of that will be in the description down below. And if you guys did like this type of tutorial type of video of me just looking through my progression in videography and photography, make sure to leave a comment down below. Like this video so more people can see it. Share the video because that's the only way that other new people can come into this channel. But yeah, shout out to every single one of you that actually watches this video and is actually seeing me progress through this. I think that's one thing that I like about YouTube. Yeah, it can capture memories, but I think for the most part, it can capture my progression in all of this and in my career. And I think that's gonna be one thing that's gonna be really, really, really cool to look back in 5, 10, 15, 20, 80 years from now if I'm alive by then. But yeah, that's all I got. Shout out to you guys, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.